The next time somebody tells you that they're an entrepreneur, tell them to spell it. Just spell it. Spell it for me right now. You're telling me you're an entrepreneur, just spell it for me right now. I want to hear you spell that shit right now. Big shout out to everybody that's made it through the pre-apprentice program and has joined the construction industry here in New York City. So I'm going to be reading a little bit of my notes while I make this video. So if I look away from the camera, please forgive me. This video doesn't pertain to the very small amount of entrepreneurs that actually make a good living off of being an entrepreneur. Instead, it's more for the 90% of small businesses that fail. When I say small, I mean anyone starting a business, because unless your father gave you a small loan of $1 million, you're starting off a small business and you fall under that statistic. With all that said, I don't discourage anyone from starting their own business. Just make sure you do your homework and your journey doesn't start from the heart. Instead, it starts from a well-researched, well-executed plan, and you actually become a successful entrepreneur. Shout out to Asin for asking me to make this video on how entrepreneurship does suck. Here's the video. And also Ryan Torres asked me to make a video on the Teamsters logo 282. I got that video coming out. Big shout out to everybody that's been hitting subscribe and the thumbs up and that has been following me and showing me nothing but love. With all that said, let's just dive right into it. Number one, you're usually working longer hours to get your business started as somebody who doesn't have to work the same amount of hours. Like somebody's working 8 hours and getting paid the same amount of money as you, and you're working 16 hours just to get your business going. So 20% of new businesses fail within the first year, and a whopping 50% fail within 5 years. The reason why I think there's such a disparity between 1 year and 5 years is because most people hold on to their failing business even though they know they're getting into a larger debt, with the hopes that maybe for some apparent reason it'll start doing better. But realistically, they all fail. If you know that your business is not doing good the first year, like it's doing really bad, like if it's not doing good, that's okay. But if it's doing really bad, then that pretty much foreshadows your future. Number two actually pertains to number one. If you're working longer hours, then technically you're not even making the same amount of money as somebody who's working a 9 to 5. You're actually making less money if you're working longer hours just to make the same amount of money. So if he's working 8 hours and making $1,000 a week and you're working 16 hours and making $1,000 a week, you're actually making half the amount of money because you're there for double the amount of time. Number three still pertains to number one. If you're working longer amounts of hours, are you really your own boss, or are you just a slave to a different type of work just to have the title of being your own boss? That's a pretty short one. Number four, all the responsibility actually falls on you. So while I get to go home after 8 hours of work, clock out at 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 o'clock at night, you have to stay at work and maybe take the work home with you. So you have to work at home, or you have to be stressed at home. Just think about having the weekends off. If I'm working for you, I get to have my weekends off. I don't care what you have to do to make things happen on Monday morning. I don't care what phone calls you have to make. I don't care what delivery service is, what stuff you have to send to make things work. I just know that I'm clocking in and I'm clocking out, and I have nothing to do with that job. So when it comes to things like that, that's where you end up working even more time, or you end up spending even more of your time. You don't get to have your weekends off because maybe for Monday morning you got this much work to do, but your employer already clocked out. So number six, if I'm the one that's working for you, a small business owner, which falls under 90% of all small businesses that fail, I'm not investing anything into you. I'm actually getting paid from you. So you're the one investing everything. And as soon as you fail, I get to walk away, clean slate, and I get to go work for another small business owner who's also destined to fail within the next 5 years. And then I move on to the next one and the next one. And all I'm doing is actually making money while you guys are all losing money. Number six, retirement. Think about pension programs, think about 401ks. I would say that if you start investing in your 401k when you reach the age of 30, you're probably going to retire with anywhere from $200,000 to $500,000, all the way up to maxed out $1 million. I can't say for everybody, but if you're working construction, you're probably going to max out that $1 million 401k within 30 years of working construction. And also just think about a pension plan. For a business owner, you could always chase that high of having a successful business, and 30, 40 years, you'll never hit a lick. You'll run into brick wall after brick wall. Meanwhile, you have a lot of employees that are working for you that are investing into their retirement funds, and within 40 years your workers could potentially all have a 401k of like $200, $400, $1 million, and you're stuck just with a whole bunch of debt, a whole bunch of bankruptcies. It's a really hard road to hit. So my advice for everybody who wants to be an entrepreneur, I say go for it 100%. I say go for it on your time off. Go work for somebody who's actually an entrepreneur or owns a business, or go work construction or whatever 9 to 5 it is that you have to work. Get your money right. So I didn't make it 10 reasons why being an entrepreneur does suck, but at least I gave you 7 concrete, solid reasons why being an entrepreneur does suck. Make sure you're investing into your future. By investing, I don't mean into stocks, because stocks are a gamble, 100%. There's a whole bunch of gurus out here that are saying that to invest into the stocks market, invest into crypto, AI investing, like the whole entire nine. I'll leave some channels down in the description below so you guys can see how they get debunked and people are getting scammed, especially if your stockbroker is overseas. You're getting robbed. It's so hard for people to wrap their head around the fact that they're getting scammed. So if anybody's investing in cryptocurrency overseas, or forex overseas, your stockbroker's overseas, first of all, let me just let you guys know that that's totally illegal. So there's a little bit of a high on getting over on the government and knowing that you don't have to pay taxes. It's a little bit of a high. I get the high too, because maybe sometimes I've done some things that I shouldn't have done and I got away with it, and it was like a little bit of a thrill. But I'm telling you right now that you're going to lose all of your money if you're investing in any stock brokerage overseas. It mind boggles me, but I don't know why the first thing that some people like to say is Ruben's a hater. He just doesn't want to see you get money. That's actually not true at all. The reason why I was motivated to even make these videos was because people are constantly getting scammed out of their money. And it amazes me how many pyramid schemes, MLMs, and also now this whole crypto and forex trading thing goes on, and how many people are constantly losing their money on these fake gurus that don't know what they're talking about. The main thing that blows my mind is when a guru says, when this line hits this line, you know that the stocks are going to go up. That doesn't even make no sense. Like, you can't even tell me why. But anyways, I'm going off on a little bit of a rant. Definitely don't want this channel to head towards in that direction. So my name is Ruben Lopez, day in the life of a New York City construction worker. I'm from New York, son, and you already know that entrepreneurship is totally overrated. Don't tell me that you're going to be an entrepreneur and then you got your own business going, and then I cash you delivering for Uber Eats. Totally a joke. I actually do Uber Eats on the side to get a little bit of extra money. So I'm working construction during the day, and then at night, if I'm bored or if I got nothing to do or if I need a little bit more cash, I do Uber Eats. I'm going to leave my links down below. Usually they give a substantial bonus if you sign up through somebody's link. So even if you don't use my link, if you got a buddy of yours that's actually delivering for Uber Eats, go ahead and use his link, because usually they give you like a $200 bonus, and then they'll give your buddy like a $25 bonus. So, oh, by the way, I'm using a $24.99 Takstar microphone on the top of this camera, and then on this camera I'm using a $250 Rode Video NTG microphone, which actually works with this specific camera, which is my old camera. But with my new camera, this $25 microphone was the best microphone that I could find. I'm also going to leave it down in the description below so you guys could get it if you guys need a microphone for your camera. So hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, don't forget to hit the thumbs up. Don't forget to hit subscribe to watch more videos like this, and I'll see you guys on the next one. My name is Ruben Lopez, and I'm from New York, son.